What's up, y'all? This is Jonathan Lippy, Beyond the Harmony, BeyondTheHarmony.com, and today we have a spooky episode for you. Compliments of RC Thugsta. RC Thugsta presents Krayzie Bone's Hidden Muse. Often lauded as the most successful solo artist of the five-man group, Krayzie Bone is the member responsible for countless catchy hooks and choruses fans have sung along to throughout Bone Thugs-n-Harmony's 30-year career. So where does he conjure up all this inspiration from? Weed? Ouija? Or his muse? Am I being serious about all this? I don't know!
Why? What's the significance? I don't know!
Has anyone ever noticed there is a serious amount of creatures, skeletons, and symbols specifically near Krayzie Bone throughout Bone Thugs-n-Harmony's artwork and music videos of the 90s? No other bones, just Krayzie. Is it coincidence? Or is it his muse trying to reveal itself? If you're a fan of Bone Thugs-n-Harmony's darker side introduced to us through Eazy-E and 90s hip-hop, this one's for you. So what's a muse? The 9 muses of Greek mythology from World History Encyclopedia. The original 3 muses in Greek mythology were daughters of Zeus and Mnemosyne. They were considered primary sources of inspiration and learning. Mneme, memory, the mother of the muses and personification of memory. Melete, practice, the practice or meditation required in the pursuit of the arts. Aoede, song or melody, personified song or melody and was associated with the art of music. So we see Cleo for history. Polyhymnia, hymns and sacred poetry. Terpsichore, dance and choral singing. Urania, astronomy and celestial navigation. Thalia, comedy and pastoral poetry. Melpomene, tragedy. Calliope, epic poetry and eloquence. Euterpe, music. And Erato, love poetry and lyric poetry. Muses were ancient Greek goddesses of music said to be the sources of inspiration for poets. They symbolize music and the arts. In magic and occultism, muses are sometimes thought of as entities summoned by an artist, like, say, through a Ouija board, and are said to help inspire great works of art a person creates. References to artistic muses are especially common in occult texts throughout the 20th century. It's also where we get the word music and museum from. Even marijuana is sometimes referred to as the Green Muse. And hey, let's face it, Bone likes to get high. I'm so high. Every Bone fan knows this album cover and so many of the secrets Beyond the Harmony has revealed to the world about it. But one night, while deep in Don Cunningham mode, looking at the album's runes, I noticed something that startled me. What in the wasteland is that in the window behind Krayzie Bone's right shoulder? Do my eyes deceive me? I thought I might be looking too much into things. But the more I looked, the more I saw. Only this time, with another set of eyes. So here's a loose chronological order of what I kept finding. In the Thuggish Ruggish Bone music video, Krayzie is the only Bone member or human being in the entire video to acknowledge or interact directly with Eazy-E, who of course appears over his right shoulder when Krayzie gives him dap. In the For the Love of Money alternate video, here's the first appearance of Krayzie's doppelganger, which we'll see again in a later video. Krayzie is the only Bone member in the music video seen in this back room and with a TV in the background. Here we have Krayzie watching himself from the Thuggish Ruggish Bone music video. What's the story being told in the alternate version of this video anyway? The scene doesn't make sense to me. An easy freebie is on the Creepin' on a Come Up album cover, which I believe was photographed by Eazy-E himself. Guess which bone member's right shoulder a mystical looking flesh appears behind? There is a skeleton behind Krayzie Bone in the East 99 music video, and specifically only near him and his right shoulder when the other bone members are present. Do you think something is going on yet? First of the Month has a skeleton with an afro that appears behind Krayzie Bone a few times, and for some reason, Krayzie's New York beanie, or the third eye, never catches fire like Wish, Lazy, and Busy's headgear does. Weird, right? Trey represents 3 literal muses in the beginning of the CROSSROADS video, singing a rendition of Take 6's 1988 Mary a cappella.
Well, I'm singing Mary, oh Mary, don't you weep, tell Father not to mourn.
Do we know what they are looking at while they sing? Are they even in the church? I thought that maybe the blurry image on the bottom left of their scene that they're looking up to is a crucifix, but there's no crucifix in the CROSSROADS church from what I can see. In the CROSSROADS music video, Krayzie is the member who moves out of the mysterious figure's way so he can pass by him and reveal his true self. In the Mo Thugs Family Thug Devotion music video, here's Trey again as 3 muses behind our boy. But what I really want to know is why nobody is talking about this random skeleton crucified onto a cross near the bleachers throughout the Thug Devotion music video behind, you guessed it, Krayzie. Speaking of Mo Thugs, Krayzie has a cameo in Two Trues Ballers Flossin' music video. St. Clair's Finest, the lovely Jazz, or Muse, looking over his right shoulder. Check out Krayzie sitting on stage dressed in all black with 3 literal singing muses behind him in Trey's Take Your Time music video. And sorry for the potato quality, I couldn't find a decent upload of the video online. Bone really needs to upload high quality versions of their videos. In the Days of Our Lives video, there's a lamp shining a light behind Krayzie Bone. But behind that lamp, looks like there's not only graffiti of a dude with sunglasses smoking a blunt on the bottom right, but also what looks like a skeleton prop. Notice the rib cage, and it's once again only behind Krayzie. And his right shoulder at that. Did you know there's a skeleton behind all 4 bone members on the Art of War album cover? And I don't just mean the rib cages. Do you see their screaming skulls? It's easier to see the skeletons when you turn the image upside down. Oh, and this also helps with trying to decode the Theban or Enochian style war script painted across Krayzie Bone's face. None of the other members have writings to decipher. Just Krayzie. But we'll save that for another video. In the Look Into My Eyes music video, it appears that the CROSSROADS mysterious Grim Reaper angel reprises his role as someone everyone in the video fears. Krayzie is the only bone member in the video to have this character impersonate him as a doppelganger. The real Krayzie Bone pulls up to the theater in the motherfucking Batmobile and chases off his doppelganger. In the If I Could Teach the World music video, we see yet another crucified skeleton like in the Thug Devotion music video. This one high above where Bone will be standing during their battle scene. Given the layout of the wreckage, the crucified skeleton is up high, presumably looking down on Bone a little to their left, our right, and curiously enough, only Krayzie Bone's verse takes place on the battlefield with this crucified skeleton scarecrow. And what's this about the swords they are holding? Yep. It's all G-O-O-D good. The Mo Thug hit featuring Felicia has Wish and Krayzie next to literal Muse Felicia forming a triangle on the top of a well-lit pyramid without a capstone. Later on, Krayzie and Wish pump their fists, forming a pyramid above Felicia while wearing pyramid Mo Thug necklaces, standing atop a literal pyramid. Mo Thugception? Inception? Similar imagery to the stewards in a Masonic lodge forming a triangle during the part of a ritual. And what warehouse out there in presumably Florida has this giant, badass Mo Thug fist just sitting there collecting dust? Do you think this fist has survived Bone's 30-year anniversary? And as a side note, did you guys notice Tombstone's floating head behind Felicia early on in the video? R.I.P. Tombstone Graveyard Shift. Take a look at Krayzie, big badass Bone here with Felicia in the Ghetto Cowboy video. She doesn't seem to have a character in the song, but evidently is one in the video's story. She's throwing cash in the air next to our boy, but like Easy in the Thuggish Ruggish Bone video, it seems like only Krayzie interacts with her. You better count your money. The Poetic Hustlers Day and Night music video. Krayzie Bone randomly appears as a character in a plot smuggling a briefcase away from the feds and others in the Poetic Hustlers Day and Night music video. When Krayzie arrives with his female muse in the story, a smiley face is clearly visible looking over Krayzie's right shoulder just beyond the broken glass window he entered by. Random? And don't get me started on what's in that briefcase. Probably some missing debt tapes the FBI should investigate. Krayzie makes an appearance in Busy's Thugs Cry music video, standing by himself at the threshold of an open jail cell. Think about that symbolism for a second. And he's not alone. Behind him is a shadow silhouette of some type of possibly feminine figure seen here on the wall behind his wedding ring. The Breakdown music video with Mariah Carey speaks for itself. It's the Ninja Turtles with April O'Neil. And here's Mimi in the I Still Believe music video holding a lamb sitting beside Krayzie Bone on his right. Think of the Muse symbolism here. I always wondered what these were behind Krayzie Bone on the back cover of his Thug Mentality 1999 album. Are they some type of winged horns? Are they meant to represent the devil or evil or something? Like, why is this here? What does it have to do with the mentality of a thug? They appear in color in the official Ruthless Relativity media press kit for Thug Mentality 1999. Inside the Thug Mentality album booklet, Krayzie has a sun shine down on me. The buildings behind him seem to form a pyramid with Krayzie Bone being the capstone. I've got more coming. Here's a really good one if you're still skeptical. Anyone remember the Paper music video? This one becomes too obvious and ends in Krayzie Bone literally meeting his doppelganger. I'm not making this up. It starts out with Krayzie entering a pool area through an arched doorway with Egyptian-like statues on the left and right sides of the entrance. He continues on past a poolside statue of a hooded snake goddess with the pool surrounded by beautiful women. Arriving at his destination, if you look quick, Krayzie has a woman behind his right shoulder as he raps in front of some sort of trellis archway. But crazier still is that plain as day, you have an 8-sided star which symbolizes Venus, Ishtar, fertility, or love, repeated all throughout the trellis design. Makes sense with the ladies around the pool. But the 8-pointed star is also the symbol of chaos and chaos magic. So with all of the other imagery, women in the club, and around the pool, is this making sense yet? Where was this video filmed anyway? We know Krayzie was around Miami during this part of his career. The music video concludes with Krayzie literally meeting his doppelganger. His poorer hood self rides a bicycle, hustling on the streets when he sees his more successful future self cruising on by in a car, his eyes piercing through our souls. An intense moment for us all. There were several videos in the 90s. I didn't see anything of interest without it being too much of a stretch. Thug Mentality, BNK, Buddha Lovers, and even The Points. The music videos from 2000 onwards, like from BTNH Resurrection, Thug on the Line, Thug World Order, and Strength and Loyalty, didn't seem to have much either. Bones' videography is insane though. Maybe we'll look at the 2000s and beyond more closely later. But before we go, bonus round.
Round 1.
The Surfing the Sky music video from 2021 has Krayzie with the Hamza hand dangling at the left side of his waist, which gives protection as an amulet against the evil eye. The Hamza hand has a third eye in its palm. In the same video, Krayzie is seen living the life, looking at a Charlie Chaplin book with an hourglass on the table for some reason. Is it just me, or is the sand somehow not actually moving through the video? Time stands still. More on that theory another time. Anyways, his literal muse arrives in a striking red hat, and he gives her a thumbs up. And lastly, in 2022's Alone in a Crowded Room music video off his Crazy Melodies album, he is rapping alone on stage with a pentagram with his arms outstretched Vitruvian Man style from Cornelius Agrippa's iconic image of man perfected by God. This one was really cool to slow down and look at. A beautifully shot video. But check this out. Krayzie is sitting in between a picture of two muses and a mirror, talking about how crowded his mind is while wearing a flash hat. The lightning bolt meaning, of course, speed, but also maybe the third eye as a source of inspiration. Notice the lamps on either side of him. Two was right in the room, and there is another one seen in the reflection through the mirror. What do you think the symbolism means? Here's another angle of it. Krayzie explaining his situation to the statue of a monkey. What's the symbolism here anyway? One final one. Here he is with a bird perched on the wall, looking down at a painting of what looks like someone on a small boat arriving back to shore, maybe coming home. I don't know. It's hard to see. But notice now the picture to the bottom left of your screen below the bird. What on earth is that? Is it a selfie of that monkey from the table? Just more weird occurrences reminding us Krayzie still has his muse all these years later. You just have to know not only where to look, but also how to look. Now, I'm sure Krayzie has no idea all of this is going on, and I don't truly believe there's any deep or nefarious conspiracy. There's too many producers, directors, and people involved. But at the same time, when you stop to look at the stories Bone is telling through their music and what we see in their imagery, there might be more than we think there is to their source of inspiration, especially during the first 7 years of their career. What is it about Krayzie specifically that we don't see this kind of stuff surrounding the other members, even Busy? Have you found anything crazy in Bone's music videos or artwork that you want to share? Tell us in the comments below. I hope through all this we've tickled your imagination and had you re-examine and re-experience some of the iconic Bone Thugs-n-Harmony and Mo Thugs music videos of the past with new eyes. On behalf of RC Thugsta, Cecil West, Matt Weaver, Jordan Corey, I am the one and only Jonathan Lippy, and you are watching Beyond the Harmony.